Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Name that movie. Anyway, what's up, everybody? I'm Ed, and this is it. Today, you're gonna see, because I'm shooting this after I've already done this. Today, you're gonna see trailer design theory, and I get a brake controller mounted to the Goldwing. I really wanted to do this video in one part, but it's already half an hour long just talking about designing a trailer. So if you don't want to watch that, don't watch it. Randy, you might want to go find something else to do. Maybe just hit play and walk away again. Maybe go make yourself a sandwich, come back. You might find something interesting. But just leave it playing. Maybe put another screen in your office and just leave me playing in there all the time. I'm sure you love listening to me. I love that guy. Anyway, yeah, this is my channel. We're gonna do stuff. Hopefully this video is informative for some of you guys that want to build a trailer for your motorcycle, or interested in towing something with your motorcycle, or you just like watching Goldwing content, or you just like watching me make an ass out of myself. I mean, whatever your pleasure is, I hope it's here. Thanks for coming by. Well, all right, let's get into it. I've ordered parts. We got spindles coming. We have electric brakes. We have loaded drum hub combos, and we have wheels and tires coming, and we have a hitch coming for the Goldwing. So, I don't get any of that stuff until like April 5th or whatever. April 5th, 6th, somewhere in there for both of those items. But that doesn't mean we can't start designing our trailer itself. And I'm going to draw it right on the ground behind the motorcycle, just to get a good visualization. And I'm going to use some information I found on the interweb on, let's see, what is this guy? I read this forum about building motorcycle trailers, well, a few of them anyway. And there is some good information from this dude named Carl. I'll try and put a link in the description of where this motorcycle trailer information came from. He's got some good information. Of course, my internet doesn't work in here. Information, he's built like 2 or 3 trailers now, 3 trailers now. And he's experimented with width and length and whatnot. And he says 42 inches wide is about as wide as you want to go. It still makes both sides of the lane usable, and it's good for tracking. And anyway, we'll get into that when we're building it on the ground, because I'm going to build it a little different, of course, than anybody else would. Yeah, there's some good information on here. And like he says here, he says he prefers 10 to 12% of the total weight of the trailer on the tongue. And that's easy math. You know, 300-pound trailer, the weight should be 30 to 36 pounds of tongue weight. The hitch I bought is a Rivco. It's an aluminum hitch. And it had the highest tongue weight capacity and the actual rated towing capacity. Like, I can't find where anybody else really lists theirs, because technically the Goldwing is not a towing vehicle. And it doesn't even, I don't think it has a towing recommendation. Some people say it's 600 pounds is what I hear, but in the user manual it says don't tow with it. So, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to shoot for, we're towing about 600 pounds, seems to be about plenty to tow behind a Goldwing. And then he goes on to, you know, the differences between leaf springs and torsion axles, which we're actually going to use neither of those. They both are heavy. We're gonna get rid of some weight. I'll tell you about how later. And yeah, we're gonna make it about 42 inches wide, like he says. And we're gonna build some sort of flatbed. Really, that's all I need, a flatbed, so I can stack different shit on it. I can go pick up truck fenders, a truck hood. I can go pick up a transmission. I'm gonna go pick up my engine block. And so April 11th through like the 15th or 16th, I have an entire week of work scheduled in Seattle where I need my to-go tools, which is most of the tools I use every day in here besides the fabrication stuff. And we're gonna go fix and maintenance some yachts. So, I mean, that's the biggest priority why I'm building this trailer, and because I want to pick up my engine block. So, now that I think I've rambled enough, all right, somewhere there's another link that I want to put in here that went into how to figure out the appropriate amount of tongue length for your width. It goes by width and something. Hold on. Okay, so the length from your coupling to center wheel, so from the middle of your hitch to center wheel, and then the width wheel center to wheel center. So length divided by width should be 1.5 to 2-ish for a ratio. So like this guy, he's 94 inches divided by 44 inches of width, 2.14, which he says right there is a little long. But he says it still works nicely. But that's how we're gonna figure out our tongue length. And also, that's gonna be different than how other people would do it too, because this trailer is gonna have features that no other motorcycle trailer has. That's part of why I'm building my own, because I'm not gonna necessarily get to pick where I put my heaviest object. I'm just trying to haul. I'm trying to keep the capacity at 600 pounds with no matter what I want to haul. So I'm gonna have to be able to move my axle distance and move my tongue distance. So this is an equation I'll get familiar with just in towing. Stay there, iPad, don't fall on the concrete. So let's write down our important parameters that we need to know. And to me, the most important things that we need to keep in mind while we're building this right now. Look at all these colors. Holy shit. Let's, man, black probably works the best. There's not very good red in here, is there? 42-inch wide trailer. Such a narrow trailer. Let's do a 42-inch box. All right, let's build the trailer in this pretty purple blue? Is this blurple? This is totally blurple. So, let's get ourselves a center mark behind the Goldwing, kind of. It's not the most critical thing that this be accurate. I'm just trying to get an idea of the space that I want to occupy and how I'm going to utilize it to maximize what I want to do with it. I mean, I kind of want to draw it out and just like put my tool bags here and my necessary tools and see what I come up with. I guess I should 69 this. Can you guys spot me on that line? Is that good? There, right there? Okay. How about this side? You guys got this side? Can you see her? Somewhere like that? That look good? Okay. Well, that doesn't look square at all. I think there's an inch problem going on around here. I think I'm short an inch. No, 69. What did I do over here? Oh! Oh, 69. How can that possibly be? Like I said, this doesn't have to be completely accurate. We're just trying to visualize and interpret. So even in here we have 6 inches of tire. I guess those aren't that big. I'm trying to decide how I want to design the inner frame, because our trailer brakes and hub gonna be right here, and then we're gonna have our spindle, and this is all weld-on stuff, the spindle is, and then we have our tire, our brakes, and our spindle. So I gotta design somewhere for suspension to go. But I want this whole suspension system, to be able to be moved forward and backwards. That would allow us to carry whatever load we wanted, situated however we wanted on the trailer, and we would just slide our axle forward and backwards to get our tongue weight appropriate. And also, we need a sliding tongue to work with this to maintain, we got to maintain that width-length ratio for a nice towing trailer. Hell yeah. Did any of that make sense? I'm gonna make this one video, guys, so sit down, buckle up, eat some food, have a Pop-Tart, Randy, and keep watching. It's gonna be a lengthy one because we're gonna go from this chop drawing to hitch installed on the motorcycle and full trailer build out. Like I said, we're using 1.5" square tube. I think I can build, man, I need a frame no matter what, so I think I can just start building a frame. And then I will leave out any tube here to attach my spindle to until we get the spindle and see exactly what we're gonna do. I have a pretty good idea what I'm gonna do. We just gotta do it. We also need, all of this is gonna, this system is all gonna have to be independent of the trailer, including the suspension, which we're gonna use like an airbag on top of here to push that up and down, and we're just gonna fill it with a bicycle pump. I'm gonna get the smallest airbags I can get, and hopefully a pair of tiny shocks. I don't want the whole weight of the torsion assembly, and I don't want the weight of an axle tube and leaf springs. I'm gonna try and keep this thing as light as possible. Also, I don't want the ride quality of leaf springs. In air, I'll be able to adjust, and I can always mess around with some sort of shock to keep everything happy. But again, it's gonna have to be all built on its own self-contained system. So that'll be fun to do. Alrighty. We're gonna work on this drawing a little bit, kind of fine tune her, get our shape. I don't want just a bunch of miter cuts and stuff. I actually have something really cool. I'll show you. Well, I mean, I think it's cool. I don't know how many other people will find it cool. Probably not very necessary, but I got myself an 1.5" square tube bending die for my JD squared bender. It's just a pile of shit. It's a shelf right now. But anyway, it's 1.5" and 5x5. Yeah, 5x5 center line. 1.5" and 5x5 center line. So yeah, I just thought it'd be fun to use, but I want to use it on this trailer now because I've never got to use it. And yeah, let's do it. I think I'm going to keep it pretty basic though, with just some basic 45s. We're going to go in front of this. Let's give this a datum line. I want to turn this at an angle, but I don't want the tire to end up poking out the front of the trailer when we have to slide this assembly to get our balance, our tongue weight right. I mean, really, it can be all the way up here if we go with a 45. 16. Okay. I gotta have the center tube because I want to make like a sliding tongue, pretty much like a dump truck. I don't know how many of you guys know how a hitch works on a dump truck, but I mean, I won't have air or a brake can or anything, just a pin. Woo. What can I do? I'd like to bend this all in one piece. That'd be I think it's plenty doable. I got some ideas about the suspension. I can't talk. I'm too excited. Okay. So then we need to come up with a distance. We know our width. 36 inches. And then we need center tongue to center wheel. So, I mean, that's we just need to pick our ratio, I guess. Whatever's gonna work with 36. We need to find our 2.0 ratio. It's too bad it doesn't, that article doesn't really explain why that's a good ratio. I mean, should we be going for less or more of that ratio? I would imagine probably more. Axles with trailers with axles further back, to me, toe, easier, straighter, you know? I mean, when you wiggle, it catches itself really fast. As to where if you have the axles further up on it, it tends to wiggle a little more. And we don't want wiggle in the motorcycle. We want the trailer to hold itself straight really well. So I think we're gonna go up towards that 2.0 mark. And we can pick it since we're designing it. That guy was building one out of not build your own parts. He was modifying off-the-shelf parts to work for his purpose, which is awesome. We're just going a different route. So we can choose our ratio is what I'm saying. I just got to do the math, and I need a calculator for that. So we're trying to find a good number to come up with our 2.0 ratio. So we're just picking a random tongue length and dividing it by 36. So let's say our tongue's 99 inches long divided by 36. We get that ratio of 2.75. And I might do a little bit more research to see if it's better to have a higher ratio or not. I don't know what this ratio is. We need to find out what the ratio is so I can tell you too. But so we made the trailer 69 inches long, the cargo deck, and if we do 69 divided by 36, we get a ratio of 1.91, which is in that sweet zone of 1.5 to 2.0. And good morning, people. It's the next day from working on the motorcycle trailer build, or designing anyhow. Designing a trailer. This thing needs cup holders. This is part of the trailer brake controller I have. It's like a 3-part system. This is the actual brake controller itself, but this is your slider, and this is your gain, and then it has different power levels too. It also has, where is it? The display is separate too. This is the display, just this little square. It's an Insight trailer brake controller. It actually works really well. It's totally all plug and play too. I don't want to break my cup. Like, it just plugs in with like telephone cable style plugs. I don't know what you call those. And then this would just go like in your kick panel or somewhere, and you just run it to your brake switch, just like normal. But I want to build a bracket to hold this thing. Ooh, that might be a good spot for it down here. I was thinking maybe up here, but it gets real, it's like in the windshield. Look how close Goldwing put everything. Honda, whoever. Man, look at this, you can't even put a finger in between the mirror and that. So I was thinking about building a bracket and having it like this, because this is your push to talk for your mic, and then I could clutch and still have my thumb on the controls. And I could definitely make that clear. But then I just seen this spot, but then I'm not really holding on as well. I don't have my thumb locked in. Ha! This is why you mock things up. Now I have things to think about. But anyway, I'm just putzing around today. I'm gonna clean this area up and get some more things put away. My electrical cart is in shambles. It needs to be put back into an electrical cart. It hasn't even been cleaned since the fire, as you can probably tell by looking at it. We got some things to clean up on bug out and get the frame prepped for shock towers and whatnot. And I need to order some steel for that today for link arms and a couple other things. And, you know, we're just going to do some general picking up. I got to pick up this area over here. It's a disaster too. And, you know, I'm just doing that kind of thing today. There's not going to be too much progress on anything really, but I am going to find somewhere to put this. I want to be able to access it without taking my hands off the handlebars and still being able to use my trailer brakes in case of an emergency. I will lock the Kendas up on that trailer before I crash. So I'm sure it's probably hard to see what's going on in here, but here's our brake controller. Here's a metal tab we just cut. I'm going to make it so it sits about right there. Kind of blends in with the controls of the rest of the motorcycle. Unfortunately, I didn't have any stainless. But I think now what we're going to do is take this front part and bend it over. And then make some tabs off of here and there. And just those two bolts should get us where we need to be. Actually, this goes way up here. And I'm just looking at where to bend it. We might have to build a second one of these. Of course, I came up with another idea after already doing it. Yeah, I'm gonna bend this, try and get a nice tight radii on it, and then we'll go from there. Good enough for me. And now we test fit. Alrighty, everybody, we got our little bracket made. I almost melted off my frickin' tab though. That would have sucked. I mean, I could have just ground it off and put a new one on, but it would have been cool to like fold this all out of one piece of metal. That's above my patience level at the moment though, so it didn't happen. You just like bend this side and fold this tab up from the bottom and fold that one over. Anyway, we got one last step to do. We got to get our hole layout on here. I'm just going to put the wire right around the front. Maybe I'll make a specialty little zip tie holder to hold it. I think I had it. We might have to go bolt this on, and yeah, let's bolt this on. Then we'll see our placement this way. Because I think I'm just going to rivet this to this. It looks like this backing plate comes off. Hopefully it does. Without breaking it, maybe. Alright, since it's on the bike, I'll show you. Here's the finished bracket on the, well, it's not finished. We gotta drill holes to mount our little slider right there. That didn't turn out too bad though. I might take some of this corner off just so it's not catchy on anything. I don't really need that. Yeah, maybe I'll just cut this. And then, yeah, we'll place the controller on it. That's what we need to do now, is figure out where it goes on this. Okie dokie. We got our little part that's black now. It's almost dry. Dry enough for me to work on anyway. And hopefully, I'm hoping I can rivet that controller to there. Oh. You want to drop your sticky painted part into the grinding dust. Okay, cross your fingers. Oh, hell yeah. Looking sweet. I only used 2 of the holes because I'm not sure if it's gonna break it out of this case, and I want holes left that I can use. Those didn't break off very flush. Alrighty, there is our apparatus. It's a little crooked, damn it. I hope that's okay. We ain't changing it. Anywho, let's go install it. It's gonna have a little more bend in it actually, but I think it's good. The astute of you will notice that this is not weatherproof by any means. Oh, that's perfect. It's not in the way or nothing. I don't really run my hand all the way up here, so that doesn't matter. And we can always give her a bendy if we needed to. I think that's fine though. That could have been a touch lower, but we're gonna live with it. I can still use all my other controls, the horn. I don't really, man, maybe I should have left myself a little more room. Do I rebuild it all? I just want to twist it down. Can we do that without breaking anything? There we go. Perfect. So that's pretty much all of the trailer brake controls that we need access to. That controls the entire brains of the operation. So that's really all we need on there. I gotta find somewhere for this guy, which I think is gonna be back here somewhere with the tail light wiring harness I put in for the trailer tail lights. This thing is gonna need a 7-way plug. I just need 5, I think. I don't think I need 7. I just need left, right, tail, and a brake. Do they still make the 5-pin? A flat 5 would just look better than a big old ugly 7-way. I don't know. We'll do something. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But anyway, yeah, the hell with this. I'm going for a ride.